But yeah, that's, you know, one of my very best friends, one of the friends I've held on to. It's so nice when you meet somebody who you just completely gel with, you connect with, you guys like, or you just meet that somebody who you're like on the same wavelength with. You think she'd got back if you told her to? Must be difficult works protecting your princess. You have my sympathy. Your sympathy, but not your help, huh? I respectfully decline that privilege. What are the three of you muttering about? If you have something to say it out loud. Is that not the gentleman's way? Oh dear, we seem to have roused her anger. Ha 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 ha. Even though I wasn't laughing in that picture. But you know, I thought I had that sort of connection with this other friend, but you know. If you have mental problems, it's fine. You don't want to bother other people with your burdens, that's fine. I'm not asking you to do that, but what I am asking you is for honesty.
Already? How disappointing.
That's not what I'm saying.
For a princess, she's got the stamina of a farmhand. Did you say something? Nothing. Phone Master Ion's been kidnapped, remember? Besides, we need to work as quickly as possible for the sake of all who are suffering. Am I wrong?
That's true, but this area is dark, so I think we should be a little cautious.
She's right, Your Highness. Please, if you would, walk more slowly.
Guy, I told you not to treat me as a princess.
Oh, that's right. My humblest sorry.
Natalia, the six of us are in this together. It's not right for everyone to cater to your needs. For the time being, at least, you've cast aside your status as royalty, correct?
You're right. I'm sorry. Wow, never expected to hear her say that. I've heard enough out of you.
It's so wonderful to see everyone come to understand one another.
You need to get your ears checked.
You don't understand sarcasm, do you, boy? Were you locked up in the house for too long? No, I just think you're really weird and I don't understand you at all. I just want to be a hero.
Prepare yourself. You can't win.
Ow. Yeah, I want to say heal does like a lot. I don't know how much, like maybe like 40%, 45% or something like that.
Having some problems? Yeah, well, it's long.
Well, maybe you should just shut up. Maybe that'll help you. Press the switch. Good, good. But yeah, I don't know, man. I just feel like I'm being led along, and it's not a good feeling. So it's gotten to the point where, like, you know what? What will be, just like Zelos says. Ain't gonna try to beg nobody.
Guess you're done.
I'm bursting with phonons.
See, everybody's health seems to be doing fine.
Come on, if you don't try harder, then it's just annoying.
Okay, that's done. We'll probably want Luke for the boss fight, but till that point we can work on Natalia's abilities. I don't think she actually learns like offshoot spells. Like she doesn't learn many spells at all, to be frank. Like she's more of a support character who can kind of do attacks, but she's really there because she gets revive. So for really hard boss fights, you want her and Tyr in the party. And usually I'll bring her, Tyr, Jade, and Luke for really hard boss fights. This isn't the first time I've gotten in trouble for talking about my personal life. Not even trouble, but like where people get offended when I tell stories about them or talk about them. And it's like, you know, I never mention names. I never talk about who the person is. You know, people will always take it personally. Well, I don't want to seem like a horrible person. Like with that Persona playthrough over on YouTube. It's like I had a friend stop being my friend over that playthrough because I talked about her in it. And at the time, yeah, it was a bit crass and it was a bit tactless to say it, but you know, I'm not gonna repeat what her college story was here. That's not for me to tell. But I didn't even repeat what happened to her in college in that playthrough either. I just talked about the fact that I had to cover for her a lot because she had a rough time in college. That's literally all I said. So, you know, they extrapolated that into, oh well, you know, you don't like it when people don't share their pain with you, or you don't like this or that. It's like that story really wasn't about you. It was about me making a friend. And you know, I'm the kind of person where I have a crazy good memory. I don't forget. So you know, if you've snubbed me in any way, I'll remember it. But like, you know, if you're going to, you know, forgiveness has to be sought. I'm a very forgiving person. Well, no, that's not true at all. I'm not forgiving at all. You literally only get like one more chance with me before I say, you know, I'm like done with this whole situation, so. No cherry. I'll leave the physical attack one on her. But you know, I often talk about it because like it feels like an unresolved issue, or I'm somebody who likes for things to have an ending point, to have a conclusion, or to Does blue ever work for anything good? Feels like it doesn't. This might be good to put on it though. Yes, that's good. Because blue is just like, oh, you push them further away, or you knock them further up, or whatever. But increasing effectiveness length on spells is actually pretty good for something like force field, so I'll put it on that. But yeah, it's like, you know, I don't talk about being ghosted too often. I feel like that's more of a Gen Z thing. I'm not so old that I grew up without the... Well, I kind of did. I mean, you know, I was poor. The internet really didn't become a household thing for us until like the early 2000s. Whoops, I got my character turned somehow. So a lot of the relationships I have ever made in my life have been like in-person relationships, so this whole new concept of like Reddit friendships and online friendships is like not my thing. I mean, MMOs have existed. I mean, look at World of Warcraft, but that was still early 2000s. Like, that was a pipe dream for me. Like, I didn't have a well, I probably had a computer that could run it, but like, I didn't have internet that was nearly good enough to run that game. So I never experienced that game the same way other people did. I've always been more of a solo player. But yeah, I'm getting kind of sidetracked on my own little conversation here. The point being, you know, I never expected to be ghosted constantly by an IRL friend. Or someone who says they're my friend. Indeed. Is it just me, or do the men seem particularly cooperative? I don't see a problem with that. I wish they'd be like that for us. And it's like, they're that kind of personality where I just want it to be water under the bridge. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Well, It's so easy for you to not want to talk about it. It obviously didn't affect you as bad as it affected me, so you're just a selfish D-bag. Yes, I wonder if we can set fire to it and light up the area. Yeah, I was going to do that. Like, stop giving away the answers to the puzzle. Excuse me. He ate a salad earlier. But yeah, it's like, you know, I just want to do water under the bridge. I don't want to confront this problem. I just want you... Well, I want things to go back to how they were. And it's like, you say that, but you don't want to put the effort into fixing whatever problem it is that you have with me in the first place. It's like, I don't got time for that. Here I am, you know, working, willing to fix a problem if there is one, and you're telling me there isn't one, and yet you've left me on scene for half a year already at this point. And most people are gonna think that you don't want to be involved with them if that happens. So. Right, we came down here just to light that. There's nothing else to do here. This music is so repetitive.
Don't get sloppy.
Not one of the better tracks. Yeah, I'd say Natalia's more of like a mid-range character. You don't really combo with her either. You just kind of shoot out your abilities. You're more there to like add on to other people's combos if you can coordinate it really well. And like I said, she's an exceptional single target healer. Tyr is the AoE healer and Natalia is the single target healer. Like, very powerful single target heals. Heal, cure, revive, very powerful spells. But for only one person. You know, Tyr, on the other hand, she heals everybody all at once, which becomes a much more valuable skill. But revive is way better than just resurrection. Being able to prevent death is more valuable than just bringing back somebody who's already dead.
Excellent. Guess you're done. You're no match for us.
Guy, how are your abilities doing? 82. So you're good. You can get out of the party now. Bring back the golden child. Only the golden child can bring her back. Like, he may not really have what it takes in the personality department. No, I forgot to go down those stairs. Why? Yeah, we're gonna go back up there to get that chest. But yeah, I know that playing games with me, I'm a very competitive person. I can rage sometimes, but compared to other people I've seen them hang out with, I'm not that bad. And, you know, I have had anger issues in the past. Ooh. I mean, I still do have anger issues. Like, I get pissed off at games easily. But I don't get really pissed off at people easily. Like, sometimes, you know, a game will frustrate you, man. It's like stuff, like shit is cheap, or you feel like, oh man, the game just annoying. You gotta get that quick burst of to let your brain deal with it, and then you move on. But there's some people who are just uncomfortable with that approach to it altogether. They can't handle it. It's too dark to see. You don't say. check to see if they're gonna still join. If not, it's okay. Ain't about to beg nobody.
Let's go.
It takes a different kind of mental fortitude to try and do this as a career. And I'm not even that good at it. Like, I've taken like a 2-month break from streaming because I needed a full, like, you know, I'm pretty sure I have chronic depression, but I can't tell if it's because, you know, my eating habits or eating habits play a strength in it, but don't know if it's an actual chemical imbalance in my brain where I have a dopamine deficiency. You don't know exactly what it is, you know, that could be causing your depression issues, your depression symptoms. I know I feel tired a lot, and when I look that up, it's probably because I don't get enough iodine in my diet, which makes sense, you know. So I try to look for ways to eat healthier with that, like maybe I should eat more tuna, like, even though here the most we have access to is like a canned tuna type situation. This is an oil supply machine. But you know, you have to have the mindset of like, okay, like I can't take a day off, or you gotta set up goals for yourself because it's not a very traditional type job. Like, you have to set up like, okay, I'm gonna get this game done in this time frame. You know, I'm expecting it to take this many days or whatever. You know, that's how I was with Tales of Symphonia. Like, I'd played no other games. And there have been times where I wanted to, but it's like, no, I gotta get this done. Like, I gotta be willing to prove to myself that I'm willing to put in the time and effort. So even if I'm not here on Twitch, there's always content going up on YouTube. I think in a lot of ways it's easier to do YouTube because, yeah, you get the shitty toxic people. Well, actually, no. I mean, I'm at the stage where I don't get comments at all. But you know, it's not like a Twitch situation where somebody will just walk in randomly and say, you know, you can do this right, like, you know, you can aim your weapons down or something stupid. You know, it seems like innocuous bullshit, right? It doesn't really matter. It's just the tone, like the tone of something, you know, the tone of something that someone chats or types will make you feel some kind of way. And it's like you think to yourself, I don't got time for toxic people who don't know how to treat other people. And then it kind of scares you away from trying to do streaming full time. But you know, you got something you got to practice doing. Come on, come on. There you go. I guess I was doing it too early those times. Like, you think to yourself, it's like, oh, you're playing video games as a job. But most people never consider this a real job. Because of that working hyper-focus, like, well, someone who has a real job is miserable and works 8 hours a day, 6 days a week. It's not a traditional job, right? You still got hang-ups, like you gotta work through your own mental shit, or you gotta work through people thinking that they can talk to you some sort of way because you're not face-to-face, or people who, you know, I think a lot of people who are Twitch viewers don't really like talk to people outside of like an internet space, so gotta move this over here. They're not used to talking to people a certain way, or they don't realize that their tone can convey a different meaning than what they might literally mean. So even a simple sentence like, you do know that you can attack downward to hit small enemies, right? It may not mean that, the way I read it may not be how they meant it. But you know, you never know when it comes to text. You never know how a person is trying to convey meaning. So it's not easy being a streamer either. And part of me, like, I want to have my own comfortable community and have us play games together, but I also have that secret fear of, like, having lots of strangers talking to me because I'm a very introverted person. Like, that's just who I am. Drums full of oil. Okay, well, nothing we can do with that now. Wait. This is where we came in, so... Just because, yeah, I do, like, I'm not set up for that traditional 9 to 5. Like, my brain doesn't work with receiving orders from other people and a 9 to 5 existence. Like, I sleep until, like, 10. I take my time to wake up in the morning. I edit my videos and make sure that all the tags are there. I check the engagement on YouTube to see what's popular. Like, the hardest part about that is seeing that, you know, oh, I didn't get any subscribers today, or the views aren't going up, or you see what people are searching for, and playing old niche JRPGs from the early 2000s, you see that shit, and nobody's searching for that. You know, at least when Kingdom Hearts comes out, that'll be something, you know, different. Not really different, but it's new. It's an old thing that's new again because it's being released on a platform that's more accessible to people, like a computer. I'm expecting to get a tiny influx of views from Kingdom Hearts when it comes out. But, you know, that's the hardest part about doing something like this, is the anticipation of making it, or the anticipation of maybe even not becoming big time. Like, I can't imagine what it would be like to be in front of 10,000 people. That shit sounds scary. But, you know, just having a small community of people who enjoy the same thing that you do, who aren't toxic, who are supportive of one another, like, that's what I want. Okay, that's done there.